This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk on Passionate World Internet Radio. The NBA betting scandal has seen the potential destruction of Chauncey Billups' reputation and that of the NBA, too. Some will foolishly believe this crisis gives Tim Donaghy credibility. It doesn't. But the crisis is something altogether different. Inside info on injuries. It's why the mob would love relationships with athletes, and it's something leagues and law enforcement have to do to put a stop to. It may be easier to ruin the integrity of sports than we think, especially the game of basketball. And the truth is, gangsters wouldn't even need to fix games to do it. ESPN's Michael Fletcher has an article up on ESPN.com right now discussing this very issue. It's troubling to say the least. Former gangster Michael Franchise tells Fletcher he bought a share in a sports agency to get close to athletes. The reason was obvious. Inside info. In the NFL and NBA, every year, the FBI shows up to training camps and gives players a list of places to avoid. They warn players not to get involved with these people. The feds warn players, we're watching these gangsters and we're watching you. From what I understand, similar things go on at our nation's colleges nowadays. Clearly, Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones didn't listen. That's an example of sheer stupidity. I've heard stories, not straight from the horse's mouth, but from ESPN, of people involved in the mafia who came from the same socioeconomic background as athletes, namely during the Black Sox scandal. You don't think that's dangerous? A gangster having at least one thing in common with an athlete, that might make it easier to strike up a very dangerous friendship. For that matter, let's take a look at the Boston College basketball scandal back in the 70s and 80s. That's a problem. Relationships with athletes can pay off for gangsters because they might wind up knowing something about these guys they can use against them. Or find other ways for that relationship to pay off. The latter is what happened with Chauncey Billups, and we don't even have evidence he fixed games. Damon Jones, meanwhile, sold inside information on LeBron James' injuries to bettors, apparently. It's a felony in sports' answer to insider trading. Of course the mob would want that information to either set a line or bet on the game. So they would go after relationships with people close to teams to get it. The truth is, more needs to be done to keep athletes and coaches away from the wrong people. Either by the FBI or the leagues. I don't care. Something needs to be done. Otherwise, the leagues will lose all credibility. No one will want to tune in. And sports will be ruined. Money would wind up in the hands of the wrong people. An athlete striking up a friendship with the wrong person can lead to trouble. This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in, and so long.